What's going on, everybody? This is Jeff with Altcoin Buzz. So today I'm going to make a video to talk about Bitcoin and the dynamics between the altcoin market or the altcoins and their relation to Bitcoin. So some people on my team have also asked me to remind you guys about the fact that when people are excited, that's usually the time that you're holding and not really trying to buy. When people are down, that's when you would more than likely be looking to get into a position. So look for the coins and the cryptocurrencies and the altcoins that are going kind of under the radar, not really making too many moves, because you don't want to FOMO into something at an all-time high and you want to get into something when it's on a dip. When people are not excited about something is usually the time to buy in, because it's like waiting for the bus, right? You don't want to be showing up late to the bus where you have to chase it down the road when it's already leaving town. You want to be the one waiting at the bus stop. Pretty much, when the bus shows up, you want to get on the bus. So you're waiting for it. You're not trying to chase it. That's what's happening when you guys are FOMOing. So when everyone else is getting excited and you're jumping on the bandwagon and it's leaving town, and then once it reaches its peak, it pulls back off the peak. So you're looking for the cryptocurrency that has been going under the radar where people are down on it. And right now, that cryptocurrency is good old Bitcoin. Bitcoin hasn't done much for 2 weeks now. People are just kind of bored with Bitcoin. And with all that being said, I mean, you can see this flat right here, right? So from about, let's see, when did Bitcoin really start to slow down? Around about December 21st. So it's been almost 2 weeks now. And the altcoins have totally been surging. And so what I'm at least feeling the responsibility to tell you guys is, because the signal is there that we've seen before. And I'm not saying the altcoins are, in trouble, and I'm not trying to scare you guys out of your altcoin positions, but what I'm saying is, if there was ever a good time to try and improve your Bitcoin position, it might be coming up pretty soon here, where Bitcoin's kind of dormant and it looks like the altcoins are reaching all-time highs. Like, look at Tron here. Look at Stellar Lumens. Look at Cardano. Look at Ripple. These altcoins are up, and Bitcoin's just been... So people are down on Bitcoin and they're bullish on this. They're FOMOing into this, and they're not really paying attention to Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's kind of going under the radar. It's getting just atrocious types of press in the mainstream media where I don't know what their whole objective is. Like CNBC, like every day they're putting out a video about the Bitcoin bubble. They talk about the Bitcoin bubble, the Bitcoin price going down to 5,000, blah, blah, blah. And they could be right, and I could be wrong, and so could other YouTubers or whoever is suggesting this stuff. But yesterday I was getting the feeling that some of these altcoins are definitely very overvalued on hype. And I say that because, especially down here, most of these projects, they don't really have anything other than hype behind them. And I'm in a couple hype positions, and it's not that I'm like intentionally getting into hype positions blindly. It's like I know I'm going into hype positions, and I think some of you guys also know that some of your positions are hype. Like, let's just say this, for example. I'm bullish on Power Ledger, but Power Ledger hasn't started distributing. Like, do you know anyone who's selling their excess power back into the grid? I mean, we're all excited about the fact that Power Ledger wants to do that and decentralize power, but are they actually doing it? Are they really worth this valuation? Salt, they just started the lending. How's that looking? I mean, it's coming along, but we don't have anything really substantial to go on. And yes, I'm excited about Golem, and I've been in the Golem project as an investor since they were down in the 20-cent range. But does Golem have anything? Are they, is the supercomputer protocol up and running where you guys can sell excess computation? So, I mean, we're really just excited about the fact that they have a creative project and an awesome idea. Whereas Steem, they have this is a more valuable cryptocurrency than most of these other ones because they already have a product. Omise Go, they still don't even have a product that I know of. I mean, sure, they're a company that's already working, but last I heard, they haven't banked any unbanks. What I mean by that is the people who are not banking, the unbanked, so to speak, are they using Omise Go to transact online right now? I don't know. Lisk, Yeah, I've been in List for a while, but do they have any ICOs or tokens on their platform right now? No, I mean, we're still waiting on news for List to do a rebrand. So you guys get the idea, and this is going on for a long time. Even Ethos, I'm still excited about Ethos, but do they have a functioning product right now? No, but they have a valuation as if their product is already launched. So what if they drop the ball? Now Electroneum, they've had a valuation as if they've had a product, and they haven't even launched the product yet either. That really works without hiccups. I mean, they've got stuff out there. They just launched their mining. Well, they had some news. What was it? Let me see here. Yeah, mobile mining experience. I mean, it's in beta. It's not even live. Sure, this one's undervalued, I would say. At least it's not like getting crazy exuberance. But I mean, most of these cryptocurrencies don't really have working products yet, and we're just buying the hype. And so, with all that being said, I'm excited to be in this hype momentum, but I have to put it out there to be responsible to myself as an investor and to share that with you guys to keep in mind. Many of these cryptocurrencies don't really have working products, and we don't even know when they roll it out, what's it going to look like. So sure, we're excited that they're working on something exciting, but I don't know. I mean, I'm saying take some profits on some of these coins and put it into Bitcoin and be patient with it, especially if you've gotten, like, you don't have to get out of your whole position. But remember, in previous videos, I said it should be your goal to at least get to 1 Bitcoin. And if you're sticking to that plan, then take some of your profits and put it into Bitcoin to build to that 1 Bitcoin. The goal is you should have 1 Bitcoin as per what many people have already discussed and said that your goal should be, because if Bitcoin reaches its monumental high, just having 1 Bitcoin will be like a goal to have, and then you can have all your positions spread out through altcoins and this and that. So if there was ever a time to work on getting to that 1 Bitcoin, forking some of your profits, not all of it, but some of it into Bitcoin might be a good idea. And I'm not trying to get people to FUD out of the altcoin positions and get basically crash the altcoin market. That's not what I'm trying to do. What I'm saying is these altcoins appear to be at all-time highs consistently, and I don't know how sustainable it is. And I think you guys, at least being aware of this, will benefit you, so that at some point when you see the peak, we don't know how long the peak is, how high this peak is going to climb, right? I mean, Tron, for example, I'm like, could Tron reach $1? Well, at this point with Tron, I'm keeping an eye on this one really close to see when the peak is, because we know what happened with Verge, right? So Verge peaked out around 28 cents, right? Some people bought in at 28 cents because they FOMO'd into it, right? And then it went way down and people flooded out of it, 12 cents. So we've seen that happen kind of, and we're looking to see where that peak is for Tron. It could be 30 cents, but once you start to identify the peak of Tron, because you see this, it's going to hit a peak and it's going to peel back. You have two ways you can look at it. You can either be like, man, I'm in Tron for the long haul for a year, or you can say, well, if I got in at, I don't know, under a penny or under 3 cents, you could take your 19 times gains and fork that into Bitcoin. It just depends. But here's another thing to keep in mind. This is straight off the Wall Street Journal. Peter Thiel's Founders Fund makes monster bet on Bitcoin. One of the biggest names in Silicon Valley is placing a moonshot bet on Bitcoin. Why would Thiel, who's this guy, if there's anyone out there that has his wits about him and his and thinks about things very logically and intelligently, it's Peter Thiel. Like this guy should be president. That's how awesome his thoughts are and the way he goes about things. Look, I'm not a fanatic. I don't get into fanfare. I just call it how I see it. This dude's got he's smart, okay? He's 50 years old. He doesn't even look like he's 50, right? But the point is, he takes, look, he's invested in, he was a founder of PayPal. He invested in Airbnb. He invested in Facebook. He's also helped fund Vitalik back before Vitalik got started with Ethereum and his angel investment fund. And he's recently taken out a big bet on Bitcoin. That I'm just saying the signals are there, and these are the signals. We have overpriced hype into a lot of altcoins. We have people down on Bitcoin right now. We have Peter Thiel taking out a massive bet on Bitcoin. It's been a while since Bitcoin went on a bull run. The last time, I mean, we saw it reach 20,000. We know it's going to reach 20,000 again. And all I'm saying is if there was ever a time for you guys to secure or get money into your one Bitcoin position that we've talked about everyone trying to strive for, now would be a time to take some profit. And I don't know if that's me saying this is going to cause red in the altcoin market, and that's not what I'm trying to do because I still intend to hold a whole bunch of altcoins. So I'm not looking to sabotage my own self. What I'm trying to do is put out word to you guys like the signals are starting to be there. We're at all-time highs over here, and people are down on this, which is usually the time to jump in, right? So now let's put it out there to you guys on our social media. So here on AltcoinBuzz.io on Twitter, I just tweeted out this little meme here, basically saying, is Bitcoin bull run coming? And you guys are saying Altcoin Buzz is somewhat of a prophet in the crypto space. So shall it be written, so shall it be done. That's, I'm definitely not a prophet, and I don't even really like to be called a prophet because that's a very high, that's big shoes to fill, and I definitely don't want that. So I appreciate the kind words, and I'm not upset about that. It's just, no, I'm not a prophet, that's for sure. On the contrary, all new money is going into alts at the moment. Okay. IOTA News, they are partnering with ITIC. It's going up now by ASAP. Now, IOTA's been down. That's another one of those cryptocurrencies that's been down. If there was one that you should probably try and jump in on an altcoin, it's IOTA, because IOTA hasn't had a run for a while. You see this chart? It hasn't really been doing anything. So it's starting to get, it's primed and ready. I mean, Cardano's sitting at an all-time high like this. Ripple's sitting at an all-time high like this. Stellar Lumen's at an all-time high. I'm not trying to get into these positions. Now, the other one that I'm really bullish on besides Bitcoin is Ethereum. Ethereum just consistently moves up. If you don't already hold one Ethereum, maybe you should hold, well, I always said that you should have at least 2 Ethereum. That was my mantra ever since July. Whenever I was talking to my friends about getting into cryptocurrency back when Ethereum was below $300, I said, just get 2 Ethereum and hold it for 3 years and let's see what happens. That was even before I was telling people to get to one full Bitcoin. I was telling people get 2 full Ethereum. But now it's a little bit harder to get 2 full Ethereum. So that's something to keep in mind. But yeah, okay, so let's keep going here. Please, no, BTC flat for another week. Let me stock some more money. Yeah, I mean, of course, we all want to stockpile money, including myself. But what I'm saying is the signals appear to be there that the signals are there that Bitcoin's getting ready to go. And it could be a month, it could be 2 months. But at some point, Bitcoin's going to go, and money's going to pour out of altcoins and into Bitcoin. And all I'm saying is when you start to see that, if you start to get that indicator, that signal, then probably you should do that too. You don't have to do it now, but as you start to get the signal, the writing on the wall that the money's going to pour out of altcoins and into Bitcoin, I mean, you have the choice to get in early, or you can kind of be on the lookout for the signal. The signals would be when all this starts going to red and this starts going green big. When this goes green, like not just 77% or 1.89% or 6.30%, but for Bitcoin in the 7-day to be at 20 to 30%, that's pretty big, because Bitcoin's a juggernaut. You know, that to move Bitcoin price to 100%, it takes a lot. But that would mean it'd have to go over $30,000 to see that in the 7-day. But the fact that Thiel's foundation took out this bet, now I'm quite confident that he doesn't just get into it and it rise instantly. It's going to take some time, but He capitalized on this opportunity when Bitcoin has been low. He saw the opportunity and he took it. Now, are you? Go look up Peter Thiel on YouTube and watch some of his videos and learn about Peter Thiel and see if you think this guy's got the intellect and the intelligence to follow someone like this guy. And if you think he's got the logic and the intellect that you agree with, then maybe when you see him making a monster bet on Bitcoin, maybe you should at least pay attention to that. Okay? And all I'm doing is saying if you guys are in the green over here on some of your altcoins, get ready. You might want to start moving it into your Bitcoin position. I don't know how long it's going to take, though. It could take 1 month, it could take 2 months, or it could take 1 week. We don't know. But the signals are starting to be there. Okay? And let's see what else people are saying. Hope Not just bought some IOTA. Well, IOTA, I think, is going to be a safe one, man. Still need some more profit out of Publica. Well, if you've already got profit in Publica, you might want to consider taking your profit. You know, you don't have to hold for the long haul. Maybe take half your profit, whatever you put into it, and fork it into Bitcoin. I think Ethereum will profit too, as transaction fees are cheaper. And yes, I agree. Yes, and so is Moin. Okay, I hope so, because of altcoins I was able to purchase my first 2 BTC. Okay, good job, man. I'm happy to hear that for you. That's see, he's got his. He's patient. He's saying all the right things. This guy, you can tell, has been. He's got his finger on the pulse. He's using his brain, and he's got wisdom, and he's smart. Guys like this, I like to see this. Good on you, Johnny Ford. I've spoken to a few whales that think Bitcoin could dip as low as 8K this year, but will then go up significantly. They are saying to put profits from coins into gold and silver for when Wall Street tries to come on board. Oh wow, that's an interesting approach. I can't agree with that, but thank you for sharing that with us, because the more we know, right? I do believe it's about to hit all-time high. Okay, I certainly hope so. Okay, Dentcoin. Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at, this is another thing that I was suggesting is, if you're looking to take profits on some of your altcoins, like Tron, for example, you know, let's just put it like this. If you bought into Tron at 1 penny, I'm not trying to FUD people out of Tron here, but check this out. If you bought into Tron at 1 penny, you'd be at 19 times gains, right? If Tron goes to $1, that's 5 times. Where else down here can you get 5 to 10 times gains instead of having to wait for Tron to go to $1? What other cryptocurrencies way down here have the potential to go to 5 times gains faster, right? So now that you've gotten big profit with Tron, now you can try to move it into something new. And that's just, I'm putting that out there for you guys to think about. It's food for thought, okay? Doesn't mean that I'm, like I said, I'm not a prophet, and I don't even like being called that, because it's not true. It's too big of shoes to follow anyway. Probs, but altcoin future? Yeah, there is a future for altcoins, but the fact that does not take away from the fact that many of these altcoins are not really great projects. We're just buying on the hype. And I hate to say that, but many of these altcoins are hype coins. And I know that. I've known that for a while now. Something like this is undervalued. This is a legitimate project. Find the legitimate projects and try to get into there as fast as possible. I would say some of the legitimate projects are definitely Wax. Ethos appears to be, although we're still waiting on their product, but they appear to be a legitimate project. I like 10X, but there's a lot of competition in this space that's been forming. And 10X, although they have a great pitch, man, I'm concerned about the fact that there's a lot of competition now building that has more power behind it. Let's see, another one that I'm really, I do like Salt. I still like Salt. Like I said, they just launched their lending platform, but they appear to be an industry leader for the long haul. I'd like to say Golem, but I mean, we're still waiting on their product. So I mean, yeah, we're waiting on Ethos product. Steam has a viable product. They literally have a product ready to go. Yeah. Ethereum. Even Litecoin at this price is something to keep an eye on. Litecoin at this price, it might be something to consider. If you don't already have one Litecoin, at least get one Litecoin maybe. Um, Bitcoin Cash, yeah, whatever. Dash is something. Monero. If you don't have already one Monero, maybe it's time to consider taking some altcoin and to put it into one Monero. I like Monero because it's got a low circulating supply and it's one of the leading privacy coins. So all this video is doing is trying to give you guys some perspective on the fact that, hey, look, altcoins have had a massive run. There's been a huge gains here over the last 5 days. And with those gains comes the opportunity to take some profit and put it into some undervalued cryptocurrencies that are going under the radar right now, where people are there's not so much hype and not so much excitement. And Bitcoin and Litecoin stand out to me, even IOTA. Bitcoin Cash, maybe, if you're really a fan of Bitcoin Cash, but we'll see what's going on with that. So if you don't want to put it into Bitcoin because you don't think that you're not that bullish on it, even with Peter Thiel doing what he did, maybe consider Litecoin or IOTA or even Ethereum. Just some food for thought, guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, and we'll see you guys later. Subscribe to this channel if you like. Also, thanks to everyone who's been participating on our Twitter social media here. We're already up to 29,000, almost 30,000. And same to the people who've been participating on our Instagram. And we'll see you guys next time.